Aaron Phypers has now stepped forward with a fiery response to the allegations leveled against him by Denise Richards, claiming that the accusations of domestic violence are not only false, but part of a calculated legal strategy designed to prevent him from receiving spousal support. The actor, who has been married to Denise since 2018, finds himself embroiled in a public and legal tug-of-war that blends personal pain with very real financial consequences, and neither side seems willing to back down, according to newly filed legal documents obtained by TMZ. Aaron paints a picture of a bitterly contested divorce that has escalated far beyond what most people would expect from a celebrity split. He argues that Denise's request for a domestic violence restraining order is not an act of self-protection, but a tactical maneuver intended to influence the court's decision about financial support. "I believe this entire domestic violence proceeding is merely a ruse to try to cut me off from being able to obtain spousal support," Aaron asserts in his filing, using words that suggest not just anger, but a deep sense of betrayal. To understand the intensity of this legal battle, one has to go back to July when Aaron filed for divorce. It wasn't entirely shocking news to those who have followed their relationship closely. Rumors of marital strain had been circulating for months, with sources close to the couple claiming they were living separately and had been struggling with communication. But what raised eyebrows was Aaron's request for spousal support. He claimed that his own financial situation was dire, that he had no money coming in, and that he needed financial help from Denise to maintain a standard of living even remotely close to the one he had during their marriage. Denise's response to that filing took the conflict to an even more personal level. She not only requested that Aaron be denied spousal support, but also requested spousal support from him, suggesting that Aaron was not the one in financial need. Denise, a successful actress with decades of work in film and television, reportedly believes Aaron should be able to support himself. According to Aaron, however, that portrayal of him as financially independent is far from reality. In his new court filings, he describes himself as struggling financially, with no steady income, and he insists that Denise, as the higher earner, should be the one paying. These competing claims about money, lifestyle, and fairness would already be enough to make for a messy divorce, but things got darker when Denise accused Aaron of domestic abuse. These are allegations Aaron flatly denies, and he is now going on the record to claim that the timing of these accusations is not coincidental, that they are part of a larger effort to discredit him and cut him off financially. Aaron's legal filings don't just deny the accusations, they try to turn the narrative on its head. He claims that Denise's actions toward him in recent months prove that she is not afraid of him at all. In fact, he argues that she has been the aggressor. He says he has evidence to show that Denise will not stop calling him, implying that if she truly feared for her safety, she wouldn't be initiating contact. He also alleges that Denise has attacked and harassed him multiple times during their marriage, and even after their separation. Perhaps the most eyebrow-raising claim from Aaron is that Denise placed an AirTag tracker on his car, a move he describes as invasive and harassing. This kind of allegation is particularly striking in a case like this, as it introduces an entirely different dimension, a suggestion that the alleged victim of abuse might be surveilling the alleged abuser. If true, this would complicate Denise's narrative and potentially raise questions about her motives. Aaron also brings up a specific incident from August that he says has been misrepresented by Denise. According to him, police were called to the home where he was staying with his parents, and Denise has claimed that she was simply there to pick up her dogs. Aaron disputes this version of events, claiming that she could not have been there for that reason because she did not have room for the animals in her Corvette. By bringing up these details, Aaron is clearly trying to cast doubt on Denise's credibility and portray her as someone who is twisting events to fit a narrative. For those who have followed Denise Richards over the years, this legal drama feels like a far cry from the image she has tried to maintain as a dedicated mother and hardworking actress. Denise rose to fame in the late 1990s with movies like Starship Troopers and Wild Things, later appearing in The World Is Not Enough as a Bond girl, and then starring in her own reality series, Denise Richards, It's Complicated. She has also been a cast member on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. where much of her personal life played out on screen, including tensions with castmates and struggles to maintain privacy in the face of reality TV scrutiny. Her marriage to Aaron Phypers, who previously had a short-lived marriage to actress Nicolette Sheridan, was often depicted as a passionate, if sometimes intense, relationship. Fans of our show BH will remember scenes where Aaron was shown to be fiercely protective of Denise, even confronting other cast members during heated arguments. Some viewers praised his loyalty, while others found his behavior controlling. Those clips are now being revisited by fans online, with some claiming they look very different in light of Denise's allegations. But this case is not being tried in the court of public opinion, at least not officially. It is playing out in a legal system where both parties will have to provide evidence, witnesses, and testimony. Domestic violence cases are notoriously complex, often hinging on he said, she said accounts unless there is physical evidence or third-party corroboration. At the same time, spousal support cases require judges to carefully weigh financial disclosures and determine what is fair based on each person's income, expenses, and lifestyle during the marriage. This means that Aaron and Denise are engaged in not just one legal battle, but several overlapping ones. About money, about reputation, about safety, and about truth. Each court date is likely to bring new revelations, and because both parties are public figures, those revelations will almost certainly make their way into the press. Aaron's decision to publicly fight back against the domestic violence allegations is risky but calculated. If he can convince a judge, and by extension, the public, that Denise is exaggerating or fabricating claims to gain the upper hand financially, he could not only secure spousal support but also protect his reputation. On the other hand, if Denise can prove her allegations, Aaron could find himself not only denied financial support, but facing serious legal consequences, including restraining orders or even criminal charges depending on the severity of the claims. This case is a reminder of how high the stakes can be when love turns sour and legal systems become the battleground. It also highlights a growing trend among celebrity divorces where allegations of abuse, harassment, and surveillance increasingly intersect with financial disputes. For fans of Denise Richards, it is a painful glimpse into the darker side of her personal life. For those who know Aaron Phypers, it may feel like an unfair public vilification of a man who is fighting to tell his side of the story. What is clear is that this battle is far from over. The accusations are heavy, the emotions are raw, and the potential fallout, for both Aaron and Denise, could shape their lives for years to come. Until the court makes a final determination, the public will likely continue to watch, dissect, and debate every new filing, every new accusation, and every new denial. And in Hollywood, where personal drama often becomes public spectacle, this divorce is shaping up to be one of the most explosive in recent memory.